everybody. It's Belinda. Oh my God, listen to my voice. Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook. And I am here today for a Friday Reads. And it's so cold. It is so cold. We finally turned our heat on. And it's a love-hate thing because I feel like, well, this officially means that summer's done. But it's also like, I have very dry skin. And it's just, I can feel already every morsel of moisture being sucked out of my body as soon as the heat comes on. It's a love-hate relationship. Like right now I'm a little cold and I want to kind of crank it up, but but I know what it does to me. So it's a mixed bag. So it looks like kind of a cool weekend. We had a storm that came through, did some damage, not much here for us. My neighbor had a little damage, a tree fell. My sister had a tree fall in her power lines, and the power line's out. Actually, she still doesn't have power yet, and she's been 2 days without power. It's just not good. So anyway, I don't want to bring you down on a Friday because, you know, Friday's my happy day. It's my happy day. It's my happy day. And oh, I'm so sad. My little mug that I use this all October. And it's now gonna get put away. Like I got 2 more days with my mummy mug. So I'm a little sad about that. Okay, so let's talk books, okay? And I even brought my blanket in case I get cold while I'm talking, because I get long-winded on these videos. And no fancy socks today, just black socks today. Okay, so our reading. So this month we had some big plans, didn't exactly, you know, kind of. What's new? I feel like on average, every other month at least, I leave at least one book out of my TBR. It doesn't end up getting read. And that seems to be about the average. Because I usually try not to go too many books more than I think I can read in a month anyway. So the one that was left out was Amnesty by Aravind Adiga. I don't know. I'm looking at my plans for November and that just doesn't fit in there. And as much as I want to do it, it is not going to get read this year probably. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm going to say I don't think so, but I feel like I confidently can say I don't think it's going to happen just because I have other things that I do want to read. But I have happy news. I did finish this one. It was really good. And I listened to the audiobook. And at the very end, I don't know, let me see here really quick. Yep. Yeah, so in the end, it does in the audiobook, it reads this section, the author's note is really cool because it tells all of these, you know, what things in this book were pulled from real places and what was fiction, what wasn't fiction, and then gave you some really great historical facts in the back. And I thought that was really great because this is good. This is a kid's book, and it gave you an opportunity to teach while entertaining. So I really enjoyed this. I'm glad I read it. I'm trying to do good with my bookshelf and not keep everything, right? Remember we talked about that, and I haven't actually done the next purge, which I need to be doing soon, because I know that I'm going to buy books for Christmas time. So I definitely need to make sure that I am, you know, making that happen. So I don't know. And I love the cover of this one. And sometimes I always think, sometimes I'll keep a book on the shelf thinking the right person will come along and I'll just give it to them, right? I don't know yet. So to be determined whether this stays in the bookshelf. But finished, so I'm happy. I'm nearly finished with this because I had some insomnia last night. I know, that's not a good way to read. I agree with you all. But I almost finished it, but at the end I was like, you know, the whole purpose is me to read is to get my mind to just kind of relax and go to sleep. And so at the end I kept like, and I'm like, why are you trying to force yourself to finish it? You're supposed to be sleeping. So I've had very little sleep. So what I look like now, I apologize. So I have only this much. I think it's about maybe 30 pages. So I'm done today. It's getting really nice. She's wrapping it up really nice. I really like this book. I really want to see what this author does with the book too, and if and when that's coming out. because I really like this character. I think she's really interesting. So that will be done today, and well, provided I don't fall asleep. And that could happen around 3 o'clock maybe. So here's another one. This is How the Word is Passed. You know, this one I'm flagging it. This one is the only one that I've slowed down on, and I raved about it. Still love it. I am going to hunker once I finish that, and I have until what, Monday is the 1st, so maybe by Tuesday I can nip this. I think I have about 150 pages left, so it's not a lot. It's a lot of facts, but if I get myself in and go, you know, keep chugging, I think it's going to be fine. What I was doing was, I didn't on this last one, I can see, but I would stop at each place. So at each location was like a chapter, and I would read that and then stop, and read that and stop. And then that was making it a lot faster to some extent, because I would force myself to finish. Yeah, because this is the epilogue, starts here. So I really don't have that much, maybe about 120 pages. Of course, I'm going to read the epilogue. So yeah, about 130 pages. This is notes. So this one I'm really liking, and I definitely will do a wrap-up video on this, hopefully next month. Yeah, because this is for this month. And actually, it will be nice to do it next month, because it's Nonfiction November, and this would have been a great one for that. If it spills over into Monday, I guess I could count it, right? No, I won't. I'm going to use it for this month and this month only. So I'm proud of myself. I'm doing pretty good on that. So I showed you guys some Nonfiction November books, and I also have my Fall Into Reading books that are not nonfiction that I want to work in there. And so hopefully it's going to be fun for November. It's tricky because we still have a holiday in there, and my kids are off for a couple of days in there. So I think that that's going to be, I think I'll be all right. I think so. December's though really tricky. That's the trickiest month. There's always so many things going on. The great thing with my kids' school right now is all of the teacher conferences is on Zoom. So I just did one yesterday? Wednesday. I did one, and I have another one coming up on Tuesday. So it's really great because I just pop on, I can talk to them from home and ask the questions and be done. And so, but there's always usually a lot of things going on with the school. So we'll see how that goes in terms of December's reads. I think November I have to kind of, you know, punch it and do good, because I think December I may fall. I may falter on my lists, and I don't want that to happen. I want to try to come out of this with as many as the books that I try to, you know, get. And I was trying to, like I said, get more of my birthday books in as well. But I still have time, obviously, next year before my birthday comes, to knock out those books. I think that's a really good goal, because it will make me feel vindicated that I bought all those books on my birthday. And then I'm going to buy some on Christmas, so, you know, whatever. But I've also been finding some books on here that could potentially be some options with Fall Into Reading, and also the Nonfiction November. But I think the ones that I have are going to be good for that. And then I realized once I pushed record, I forgot to bring my, no, I don't think it's in here, my other coloring book to show you where I am, because I've now moved on to the koala bears, and I'm going to try to wrap that one up so I can show you that next time I come on. But I got a new one in the mail because, you know, I just had to. And this is Debbie Macomber's Very Merry Christmas coloring book. And look how pretty it is on the cover. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? You want to color it. It's so sweet. I don't know if you've ever read a Debbie Macomber book, but there are lovely, like, romance. They're like a cozy romance, I guess, novels. I've read a lot of them. There was one that I read that was the Blossom Street series, was really cute. And it was about these different people that would meet at this shop and go, they would go and knit. And it was like a knitting group. And all of them had different backstories. And you followed the different backstories and how they intertwine with each other. And I think the Blossom Street series was 3 books that she had. And I really, really loved it. And at the time I was knitting a lot, and there were, in each book they had a pattern of one of the people that was knitting. That was the pattern for their project. And I thought that was cool. I was gonna make one of them, and I don't think I ended up making it. It's been that long. But anyway, her books, you probably see if you watch Lifetime and all that, they always remake her, Cedar Cove, I think was one of the, they made a mini series out of it. But this has really, really cute like pictures in it, like this one, right? And then, I know you guys are not, it's like, I came for books. These are technically books. I know they're coloring books, but they are books. This one is nice. I like scenes and streets for the Christmas time. This one's great because it's a close-up. We got the dog and the mittens and the sweaters. I just think it's going to be really fun. I do have a couple of Christmas surprise coloring books, but it's always fun to have more. So I will start coloring these soon too, because one thing I do know, after Christmas, I don't want to do them. I will do winter, because my winter is still here. And I apologize for rubbing my nose, but I am like on the itch fest the last few days. So I will have to get these done in November and December. Otherwise, they don't get touched again until next year. I mean, I wouldn't, let me see. Yeah, like this one I would probably do, but I'm not like trying to do a Christmas tree or something that's really, really, you know, obviously Christmas. Like this one, I probably won't do that. After December, I kind of just stick to, you know, the seasons. And then in the spring, I start itching for summer, and I'll start doing summer images. So yeah, so I'm gonna start this one this month. First, I'm gonna finish my koala. I had another one that I had started and wanted to finish before I started a new one, but you know, it's like ADD with coloring. You know, I have a lot of books, and I start and stop, and I start and stop, and I don't make any rules for myself so that it will stay fun. So that I'm like, okay, if I decide I'm gonna work on this today and I'm not gonna work on this for another week or two, it's okay. I don't finish anything in one sitting because I do a lot of shading. And so it does take a time to finish them, and it's fun. And my friend asked me, she said, do you take these and do you frame them? Or I don't. It's actually this one because it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a story. I don't know. Sometimes they are from her stories, you know. And like on one side it has a quote, and then one side it has a picture. But I always leave them in the book. I don't want to destroy the book. And then when I go to look at the book again to color something, it makes me happy when I see that I've colored a page in it, and it motivates me to color some more. So, and then the other thing is I also look at, like, see scenes like this, for example. I know I'm going into coloring. You can stop it now and you can see me next week, but if you want to hear me finish, I'll finish. This one, for example, I can practice doing ice and snow, and some of them I like to practice just doing like the sky, things like that. So I will look for pictures specifically to do that and practice that technique. So that is the plan. This weekend, I think my son was supposed to go on a field trip, but I think it's gonna rain, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I have already started, like I told you all, putting things away and winterizing stuff on the patio and our deck, so that's a little sad, but we are almost done with that, and that's it. I'm just gonna try to read, and I have been doing, maybe I updated about 3 reviews in here. I'm gonna continue to chug away at this and try to step up my goal to, you know, address at least 3 to 4 things in it per week. Should catch me up. So that I can be done by the end of December, which will make me super happy. And I think if I do, maybe this is what I will do. If I'm able to get all of this done by the end of December, I'm going to give myself a reward for next year. I'm debating, because remember I told you, I like to have the uniform, even though this is getting a little grungy looking, but it's got love, the uniform look. I had bought one last year that I looked and I contemplated that being our next year book, but there is just something about, like, these lay flat really good, and I really like the uniform look. So I may treat myself either to a fancy pen or I may buy a new book for my next year, a different one, a different style, or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy myself a book. I don't know, a special book off my list or something. But that's my goal by the end of December to have this done, so that January I'm rocking into the new year. Because in the beginning of the year I have things that I have to set up and I usually will do that first to get me ready. And I think I'm going to stay similar format. There are things that I want to take out of here that I didn't stick with, so I don't want to waste paper or pages on it. But in general, I really liked this. So, and I'm gonna, look back at my review, what I had for goals and stuff like that. So, like I said, I want to do a video with this, and I always keep saying this, but I'm not gonna do it until I'm done. So you have to wait a little bit longer. And maybe next year what I'll do is one in the beginning of the year, one in the middle of the year or something, and then one at the end of the year of the whole book. So you could see it. So anyway, I hope you guys are all well. I'm babbling as usual, and I'm a little chilly still. And I can't turn the heat up again because that's ridiculous. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.